It's a sports car that's masquerading as a full-size crossover on this edition of Test Drive, the Audi RS Q8. Audi is on a real tear when it comes to its Go Faster RS rides. To further bolster its attack on the AMG and M brands, Audi has the RS Q8. When you're dealing with a low-slung hatchback, shoehorning a monster motor under the hood and beefing up the suspension is a natural. Doing the same thing to a high-riding, family-oriented SUV is quite another. Fear not though, the Q8 is a proper RS. Way back when, Audi kind of realised that they couldn't compete with their German rivals when it came to performance, so they decided to focus on interior design. Well, that head start is paying a massive premium today. This thing is superb. Reconfigurable instrumentation, a two-tier infotainment system that's a snap to use, world-class materials, and of course these RS bucket seats. It all comes together very nicely. Factor in that they've now got the performance thing down pat, and you complete a very pretty picture. Pop the hood and there sits a 4-litre twin-turbo V8 that pushes 591 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. Obviously, straight-line performance is a given. However, the RS Q8 also uses a 48-volt mild hybrid system and cylinder deactivation in an attempt to reduce fuel consumption when the gas pedal is not putting a dent in the floor. Remarkably, and perhaps more impressive, is the fact the engine is not temperamental when you're puttering about town. It just does its thing until the driver demands more. Now, the sports car side of this RS Q8 comes out in the acceleration numbers. It'll get the riders to 100k in 3.9 seconds, and it does the 80 to 120 passing move in 2.4 seconds. Now, if you keep the hammer down, it just keeps piling the speed on at an alarming rate. Now, what makes all of that incredible is the fact this thing, it weighs almost 2,400 kilograms. The engine works with an 8-speed automatic transmission to drive all four wheels. In this application, the Quattro system sends 60% of the drive to the rear wheels and 40% to the front, which gives it that all-important rear drive feel. However, the system can send up to 85% of the power rearward or up to 70% to the front wheels when needed. Key is the fact that regardless of the road surface, the system gets the power down without so much as a peep from the monster 295/35 R23 tyres. So far we've keyed on the performance aspects of this RS Q8, but it's also a family hauler. The back seat, there's lots of room and enough room for 3 adults, although I don't want to be the one in the middle seat. Now, when you move back here, you do have plenty of space. 605 litres with the seats up and 1755 litres when you fold them flat. What I do like is the fact you can fold the middle seat down independently of the 2 outboard seats. That means you can carry a longer item inside and still have room for 4 adults. To keep things shiny side up, the RS Q8 has an adaptive air suspension and 4-wheel steering. The dynamic package then adds active anti-roll bars and real-time torque vectoring to the rear axle. To put the driving dynamics into perspective, the RS Q8 pulled over 1 G in every direction when it was pushed through the pylons. See, this is the copper phone from WeatherTech. Great piece. Now, you do expect this sort of tenacity from a low-slung speedster, but for a big rig with room for the family, it defies belief. Of course, everything can be tweaked through the drive modes. The plus is the RS button. It gives fast and easy access to 2 customizable driving profiles, one for about town and one for the fun times. You know, this Audi RS Q8 is a proper sports car. It's blindingly quick and it's got the right dynamics, but it's also a proper family hauler, and one with a great deal of panache, I might add.
If you consider Motoring TV's been on the air for 30+ years, there's no doubt you've missed a few episodes. Well, there's a couple of ways you can catch up and make sure you don't miss anything. First, you can go to YouTube and look up just segments or complete shows. Also, if you want to know what we're doing, like today on a daily basis, just go to our Facebook page. And also, you can go to motoringtvshop.com, get some cool swag. Oh, there's also that Instagram thing.